Hey guys, and welcome to another episode of Breaking Change, the Sober Mindset. I'm your host, Rodney Hood, and today I'm celebrating a significant milestone. That's right, 5 months of sobriety from alcohol. Let's go. So pretty excited about that. We're also going to delve into the remarkable health benefits that I've experienced during this journey, from improved physical well-being to enhanced mental clarity. I'm like smart now. Sobriety offers a range of positive changes, so join me as we discuss these transformations and provide insights into the journey of living alcohol-free. Now, whether you're on a similar path or just curious about the benefits of sobriety, this episode promises to inspire and inform, so let's get started. So we got a lot of stuff to talk about today. First of all, I wanted to let everybody know prostate surgery, so far so good, went well. I'm back to work. I just started my first week. I work in a factory or in a warehouse, so it's physical work. So I wasn't supposed to lift anything over 20 pounds, but that went right out the door as soon as I got there. I mean, come on, I work in shipping. Everything's over 20 pounds. But I do have another video that discussed more in the prostate surgery and all that. And one thing beneficial I believe had happened was I think my penis got bigger from the catheter.
Let's go.
I don't know if it's just bigger or just stronger from having to fight that hose. But yeah, so there you go. You got to look at the silver lining and all this stuff. So I am back to work. I still have a little blood in my urine, but we're making do. So just some benefits now. I want to update you guys on, it's been 5 months. So I want to talk about the benefits and all the health benefits that have came along with it. First of all, one thing I noticed the other day, I was just looking into the mirror, and whenever I used to look into the mirror, my head would just shake like this. And before I got up and started drinking, I mean, as soon as I went in and tried to, brush my teeth, but if I'd look in the mirror, just stare right into the mirror, my head would just shake like freaking I had epilepsy or something. I mean, it was or Parkinson's. It was terrible. And yeah, a couple chugs of vodka though, and I'm steady as a rock. But so that is completely went bygone, which was really cool. Just leaning into the mirror, not shaking, like I'm 90 years old. Also, my hands steady as a rock now. I love it. I can write. It's amazing if they take writing away from you. That alcohol takes writing away from you, unless I'm drinking it. I literally had to have alcohol to write. So I did stop taking the Flomax, which is a lot of guys will know about this. If you're my age, 55, it's for an enlarged prostate. It helps you pee. It helps you evacuate your bladder. I got the surgery, which they rooted my prostate out. It's called the TURP. It's the main gold standard surgery every man gets. Pretty easy in and out. I discussed that. But so as soon as I got the TURP done, I was able to, I thought, stop taking the Flomax, because the Flomax I had to take before. Otherwise, I couldn't pee. Like literally, and my bladder would just fill up, then it'd back up into my kidneys, and I'd get a kidney infection. So I had to take it. And but I've told a lot of you people, a lot of friends of mine too, that I just have been getting dizzy all the time for like years now. But when I was drinking, it would kind of go away a little bit, believe it or not. But now that I'm sober, I would get super dizzy, super lightheaded, almost faint if I bend over and stood up too fast, that's what I do for work all day. I bend over and pick stuff up, So that was a problem. And also my blood pressure was low. Like when I went into rehab, it was super high, like almost to where, taking me to the ER high. Now it's almost perfect, but taking this medication, this Flomax, I know it might be different for some people, but I looked up the side effects. Sure as shit, low blood pressure, fainting, dizziness. I'm like, fuck, that's what I've had for like the last 3 years. I stopped taking it about 5 days ago, and it takes about that long to get out of your system, but I got to be honest, I can bend over and get up and don't get dizzy, and it's almost like it never happened. So, wow, that was just like a life changer, because I thought I was going to have to go to the cardiologist and get my ticker looked at, because short of breath, lightheaded. That doesn't sound good at all. So, yay, no more Flomax, no more dizzy. So, God, I got new pipes down low, and now I don't have to have a heart transplant. So I think things are looking up. So pretty excited about that. One thing I wanted to make sure, and I'm sure most people do know this, but depending on the level of alcoholic that you are, if you're a super heavy drinker like I was, 2 bottles a day, or if you're just, you want to quit drinking, um, and you think you're an alcoholic, you probably are, but you just want to quit drinking just for all the benefits of it. If you are a heavy drinker, seek a doctor. Definitely don't do it by yourself. It's dangerous. You can, you could die from it. I mean, it's one of the worst things to detox from is alcohol, especially if you're a heavy drinker. So I just want people to know that I'm not a doctor, but I would definitely see one if you're a heavy drinker and you want to try to stop. Don't stop immediately, because we all have different results. And here's one thing that I wanted to talk about was when you first stopped drinking, for me anyways, because it was so much a part of my life, the fabric of my life revolved around drinking, was that I felt like I was missing something. Like, well, say, I'm just like every day you wake up, you're just going about your day and you're like, something's missing. Well, yeah, the alcohol is missing. The pain you have to go through every day to stay drunk all day long and just the exhaustion, that's missing. So what do? You start doing other cool shit, like I painted a bunch of my furniture, just, took it outside, sanded it down, painted it. I would have never done that if I was still drinking. I make my bed every morning. That's the first thing you want to do. I clean, I cook. Cooking's another huge thing too. I wanted to talk to you about my diet, because when you first stop drinking, you're going to crave sugar like crazy. I literally wanted to eat like a gallon of ice cream every day. I didn't, but I wanted to. So I supplemented it with, I'll have like apples and peanut butter and oranges and strawberries and grapes and all that good stuff. That's sugar too, but it's natural sugar, so it's better. And also I've been really into cooking, like making healthy meals, just a lot of chicken, fish, and steak and vegetables, like I talked to you before about that. And that's huge, because before drinking, I would just eat whatever, man. I mean, I was good for 2 or 3 pizzas a week. And when I was out, working back and forth, I was just eating total shite, just junk, and bags of chips all day. And I didn't drink pop, so I didn't have all that sugar, but I had all the alcohol for the sugar. So the only thing missing is you're not feeling like shit and getting things done. So you'll find out nothing's missing. You just have a lot more free time and a lot more energy. And that's another thing. Your energy levels off the charts. Can't tell, I'm a little hyper. Of course, I would get a lot of energy from drinking. That's the dopamines in drinking. Not every alcoholic's like that, but that would jam me up. That'd get me jacked. But then 5 minutes later, not 5 minutes later, but 2 hours later, I got to start pounding more liquor. Pretty much had to drink all day nonstop to stay at that level. It's kind of like probably like crackhead. I don't know. I've been around a few. They just, as soon as they come down, I got to smoke more crack. I just had to drink more alcohol. So not good. But so 5 months now. Again, I'll show you a picture where some of the bad things that happen when you're drinking. You don't have to worry about that anymore. No DUIs. I don't have to worry about getting pulled over. I don't have to worry about wrecking. I don't have to worry about running into the refrigerator in my garage with my car, which I did. And I'll show you the picture right here. It's got a perfect imprint of my bumper on my car. Still works though. God bless that refrigerator. Took a beating. And what do? I come in and yell at LaFawn for leaving the refrigerator door open because I'm drunk. You left the door open on the refrigerator. No, dummy. You just fucking ran into the refrigerator with your car. Just came flying in there and skidded into it. All right. Looking good, buddy. But just put a new plate frame on the car, and that was all good. Now I've got a constant reminder of when I roll into the garage, don't drink and drive. Well, just don't drink, period. Just don't do it. It's not good. You do start building up your confidence, too, especially after the 90-day mark. So now I'm at like around 150-day mark. But more confident that you're not going to drink again. It really never was an issue for me. And I know, some people are going to say that. But I swear, I as soon as I quit, I wanted to quit so bad. And I felt so shitty. And I'm still going through, I'm still getting better every day physically. I did not. It wasn't a worry of me like relapsing right away because I was just like, no way. I feel like shit every day of my life. I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. So, but I was eating like crap. But you start to build up your like I was talking about, start to build up your confidence of not drinking, and also just confidence around other people, just talking to other people, and just being a better person, more likable, less moody. I'm definitely less moody. I don't let things really bother me hardly at all. The catheter bothered me, but just make jokes about it, whatever. Not being able to masturbate, that bothered me, but and all the other things that come along with the catheter. But another thing that's great is people will start to take notice, and that's the coolest thing. Though, if you don't tell them, I mean, I tell everybody anyways, but if you don't tell them, even at rehab, because, started getting some sunlight and working out and eating healthy, within 2 weeks, people were like, wow, man, you're looking really good. You look great. You look healthy. You look fit. And then when I got back from rehab, talking to people on the phone, because I didn't have a phone the whole time I was there, people are like, you just sound different, man. Your voice just sounds different. Your cadence is different. You articulate more. Well, then that's the brain fog that starts to go away, which that takes, it's just steady. It's different for everybody, but I mean, you literally start thinking clearer. Like if I would have been talking to you, the first 2 weeks, I stopped drinking. I wouldn't be rambling on like this. I would have to look for my thoughts and stop and pause like some people we know do on TV in front of the whole world. Also my weight loss, we talked about that. I loved that. Went from 216, and I'm almost 6'4". I'm 6'3.5". I'm a tall guy. I went from 216 down to 194, and that was just not drinking and just light exercise and eating healthy. That was it, man. That's a lot of weight to lose. And your face, that's a big thing too. Especially ladies, I know how, all about the face. You get that precious, soft skin. We're men. We're supposed to look a little rugged, but I've seen women stop drinking and just look completely different. I mean, no more bloating, no more red blotching, no more, your face gets more chiseled. It gets more definition. And your skin looks better. It just looks healthier. You feel healthier all the way around. So that's a super exciting thing as well. And again, I said my blood pressure is back to normal, which is awesome. Substituting sweets, we talked about that. Okay, so another thing is no more heartburn. I used to get heartburn, especially, drinking and eating pizza and stuff. Always had heartburn. No heartburn anymore. Spending $30 a day, I've been over that with people to an extent. No, I wasn't buying $30 worth of cheap vodka a day. I was buying 2 bottles of it and sometimes more, but I was buying all kinds of other dumb shit, like just eating out every day, eating out every night for dinner, ordering food when you get home for dinner. That shit's expensive, especially now. I mean, you could spend 50, 60, 70, $80 a day just being drunk and stupid. So cutting all that out, man. Plus I work 2 miles from my house now, so I can put $30 on my car and last me 2 weeks, which is amazing. So that's all the money. One thing I did do, and I know we talked about this, was I had a career change. I've been in sales my whole life and did stand-up comedy. Real quick story. Just things you don't hurt yourself as much either when you're sober. You still hurt yourself. You smash your finger, stub your toe, or whatever. But you don't get drunk and fall down face first in the driveway and break your nose and have a show the next day at Stand Up Live downtown Phoenix, where I had to go in with 2 giant black eyes and a broken nose. I looked like Rocky going in there, and I just literally had to put tons of makeup on, and it didn't work. And of course, drinking before the show, so just looking like total hell. But yeah, that's another thing. You definitely don't want to fall on your face the night before you have to do stand-up comedy in front of 400 people. So back to my career change. I was in sales. It was high stress. I drank all day at work every day, and I had to because that was the only way I could deal with these customers. And again, like I talked about before, you spend half the day just avoiding people, staying away from people, not getting too close, chewing lots of gum, eating lots of chips, drinking lots of energy drinks, trying to choke down food so you just get the just the worst food possible, because that's the best food when you're drunk. Just McDonald's, just stupid breakfasts, terrible for you. Just terrible stuff. Oh, and another big thing that I used to get, I don't know if you're a heavy drinker, and you'll know what I'm talking about. Pay attention. Right up under your rib cage here. That's not exactly where your liver is, but your liver is kind of right over here, right? But right along the rib cage, it'll just be tender all the time if you're drinking heavy. And not just tender, but it hurts to the touch a little bit. If you start to get that, where it's just like this dull, nonstop pain. It never stops. It's just like. Another great thing is relationships, just better off overall with everybody. Just easier to talk to people. You don't have to worry about masking any alcohol smell. You can just be right up in people's grill and talk to them like a normal human. So that's another benefit. That was big. And another thing is career change. I wouldn't suggest go out and quit your job just because it stresses you out. But me personally, I was in sales. That job stressed me out. So I absolutely had to have a career change. I'm just fortunate enough that I can work a job where I don't have to rely on commissions, and I can still make my monthly nut, and I'm good to go. One thing is also brain fog. You get a lot less of that as it goes. The first, couple, 2-3 weeks, you're still kind of like spaced out. But you slowly get that back, and it's a really cool thing because, you can actually remember back, which is tough, but remembering back when you were a kid and you were sober, you're like, I was a pretty funny guy back then, and then I just drank all the way through my entire life from 13 on up to 55. Just absolutely insanity. So the brain fog's good, and I remember what I do every day, which is nice. I was thinking about things. I remember periods of my life, of course. I remember specific things in my life, but if I had to break down my life, it would be so many gray areas that it would be painful to even think about it. And one more thing, guys, if you're over 40, just do yourself a favor and go to the urologist. And the reason I'm telling you that is just get checked out. Get an ultrasound, if anything. And that just basically scans your bladder to see how much urine you have in there. And if you go to the bathroom, if you relieve your bladder. And then they can act accordingly and possibly just change your diet or get you on some medication, which is the other thing. I got off the Flomax. We talked about that, but that's something that a lot of people put you on, or get a PSA. That's just a blood test for your possible prostate cancer, and that's just a blood test. So they're not sticking anything up your pee-pee, so you don't have to worry about that. You're good to go. One more thing, my shirt right here. This is Sully's. This is a bar. I grew up in Peoria, Illinois, 4 a.m. bar, kind of a college bar. And funny story, we came back for a break, and I had my first credit card. I got my first college credit card. I think it had a $500 limit on it. So we went in and started a tab at Sully's, and every one of my friends started putting drinks on my tab. So by the time the night was over, 5 in the morning, I had like 5. It maxed it out. It went over, actually. The tab went over. So long story short, that card stayed at that bar for about 3 years until I was able to get enough money to get that bill paid down and paid off. And they gave me the card back. And I didn't go to that bar for that long a period of time. But this is the shirt for that. So guys, thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more updates. Love you guys, and please take time to pray. God's a good listener, and he loves you just like I do. Peace.